Christmas is probably the only point of the year where we can legitimately eat about 7 different cheeses in the same sitting. So if we're going to binge on cheese, let's do it properly. So I come down to St Nicholas Street to the Bristol Cheesemonger pop-up shop to hopefully try some very good cheeses. What is it about cheese and Christmas that goes so well together?
I suppose there's a little bit of tradition there behind it as well. Everyone loves cheese at Christmas, and I think it's the time of year when you really allow yourself to treat yourself and others. And I think food and cheese and wine is always a good way to go.
Cool. So what is your smelliest, most stinkiest cheese?
The most stinkiest cheese I have for the pop-up is the Stinking Bishop, which is actually in a separate, well, not a separate fridge, but in a fridge over there. Just because
is that because it smells so much?
It is a little bit pungent, yeah.
Wow.
So I keep it in the fridge just to make it easier to handle as well. For when the customer does want it, it just keeps it a little bit more handleable.
So let's dive in and taste some cheese. What have we got?
So first up is some Westcombe traditional cheddar. It's a 12-month-old cheddar, and they've been making the family have been making cheese down there for a good 100 years.
So there's a lot of work gone into this cheese.
It is,
right
yeah.
So I know when you taste wine, you're supposed to swirl it around and spit it out. Do I do that with cheese? Or?
No, just get involved.
Just down in wine, I suppose. Yeah. So what would a cheese like this be good with?
It's really good with a good heavy red wine, and also perhaps like a clean, crisp white wine.
So what's next?
So that's I've gone for a soft goat's milk. So this is again local to Bristol, made by a gentleman called Pete Humphreys from White Lake Cheeses, and it's a kind of a soft goat's milk that's got a really wonderful bright note to it. It's really tasty. It's really good. And perfect at the moment as well, and up to Christmas. If somebody's looking for something really ripe and squidgy for the Christmas period.
Yeah, very ripe and squidgy.
Good with a grape as well.
Really creamy. Really good. And last, we've got something with blue in it.
So I've gone for the Cropwell Bishop Stilton, the traditional Stilton. It's wonderful, made in Cropwell Bishop up in Nottingham, and it's it's a really well-renowned traditional Stilton.
Oh, really cool.
It's good, isn't it?
You know what?
Really creamy, yeah.
That's probably my favourite one out of them. And that was a really creamy Stilton. And so, when these are at the Christmas dinner table, and then bring out the cheese board that's hopefully got about 14 different cheeses on them.
Sounds good.
How do you know which cracker to pair them with?
Again, that's down to personal preference and taste. I try not to put too kind of crazy flavoured crackers with kind of a really strong cheese, just so they don't kind of fight against each other. But a good water cracker or something with. I've got some lovely different flavoured crackers as well that a local baker, Bradley's, done for me at Farrow, and they're kind of all done with that in mind to make sure that they complement the cheese rather than will complement each other rather than just kind of fight against each other for flavours. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for my little lesson in cheese. And you're here till Christmas Eve, aren't you?
I am, yes.
So if you need some really good cheese for your Christmas dinner table, you're probably going to find it in here because there's around 50?
About 50.
Around 50 different cheeses. So you're going to find the one for you right here.